welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News. So yesterday was Democracy Day and some Nigerians were in high spirits, even as they reflected on the current administration's impact on their lives. This administration has been in power for the last 3 years, and it was interesting to see what Nigerians had to say.
Yes, and our in-house reporter and entertainment analyst, Kenna Kingsley, was out on the streets to find out what they had to say about the current dispensation. Let's take a look.
Happy Democracy Day. Well, today we're on the streets of Lagos to ask people if it's truly a happy Democracy Day, as they tell us what they think about this current government and this dispensation and what they can do to offer the people better service.
I don't really know much, but from what I've seen, I think the government has a lot to do, like listening to the voices of the masses, what they need, what their complaints are, like the lights and also services from the masses and individual things, like we have private firms and how their services are being delivered to the foreigners and also to the indigenous. And also going back to the government, the government knows what the masses want. So if I want to mention, I think it's a lot. They should look into the lights, they should look into the care of the next privileges, those that has nothing to do, and also provide means of jobs opportunity for the masses. So,
to my own opinion, I think their governments have to come down to the grassroots and feel the pains of the masses. And another thing I think they can do, most of our leaders, they do travel abroad, and they see the way things are being done there. If they can come back home and bring and implement those things that they discovered abroad and put all into practice here in Nigeria, I think the masses can feel the pains of the masses can be relieved for some time.
Well, they are doing their best. Obviously, we can't condemn them because the nation has damaged up to a level that we can't really repair it in just a day. But much is expected of them because the promises they made for us when they come into power is below their performance. But we are still expecting more from them. Okay. We are expecting much from them, although they are trying their best. But what we are expecting from them, after all, they used to travel out of the country. They see how very stable electricity, good road, and we expect all this to be put in place in our country also, because this country is very blessed.
Today is as a Democracy Day. We don't even see improvement at all. We don't see any improvement. This is 3 years of a regime. Since I've turned everything upside down, Jonathan regime is even better than this one. Buhari is turning Nigeria upside down. So we don't even understand this government. We don't know where it's leading us to. So we are praying to God now to maybe we should take a revolution. And that one should be okay.
Okay, so you don't have any advice for him to improve?
Because I don't have opportunity to talk to him one-on-one. This is the only thing that I can do. But to say I can see him one-on-one and talk to him, maybe we will seek on my advice. But we only beg God for revolution. Things are not okay for everybody in Nigeria.
What I think they need to do better going forward is to, in our education session, let them just improve our education and our youth. They are no work, no job. Let them just try to do something about our youth in this country. Yes, our youth, they are everywhere. They are not doing anything. A lot of people, they graduate, they are not doing anything. And some people that are working, what they pay them is just nothing. Nothing. It doesn't help their living, nothing. They are just managing it just to show that they are working, just to tell that they are not lazy, but they are just doing it just to keep themselves busy.
What somebody needs to be focused is that, number one, prayer, because with prayer all things are possible. But at the same time, nobody should wait. The government should do this for me, government should do that for me. So somebody should be self-employed. But at the same time, the current government, to me, to my own opinion, it's a disappointment. I can call it disappointment.
Yeah, government so far is improving well. It's proving well. Problem of the government is about the hunger. And the issue of the hunger is the problem that the farmer, all the farmer, they are in the camp. People that are supposed to farm and give Nigerian food and buy for market, they are in camp. all the Boko Haram situation and the headman pursue them from the bush. They can't able to farm. That's why you see the food, whatever situation in the Nigeria is hard. If we need the food cheap, everything life cheap, people that are supposed to farm, they should allow them go to their normal place they used to farm and finish the Boko Haram issue and the matter of the headman. People that can farm food will be easier.
Okay, so now going forward, next is election. Do you think this government deserves a second chance come 2019?
My brother, let's leave that for God.
So we're from the people on what they feel the government should do to get the country to where it's supposed to be and improve the standard of living in Nigeria. So it's left for the government to take note. Ikenna Kingsley, Arise News.
Well, yeah, and it's great that he'll be joining us now. Ikenna, hi.
Hello, how you guys doing?
Yeah, we're good. How was it meeting these people on the streets yesterday? What was the general consensus?
Well, it was good getting to hear people talk about how they feel about the government and what it's been like for the past 3 years. You know, it was different. Like, you know, you get to feel their pain from the way they sound and the way they talk to you. So, like, it was just like both shades of good and bad, basically. Some people were not happy, some were happy, some were like, you know what, we need more, we deserve more. So yeah, that was just basically like the whole feeling like on the streets of Lagos.
Yeah, and I see some people were just tired. You know, I got a sense of weariness from some people. It's like we're just tired, almost like they've lost hope. Would you say that was accurate?
Yeah, I would say some have seen their faith or hope in this government dwindle over time. You know, because all they've been promised, they've not gotten. So you can't blame them, you know, feeling the way they feel about the government, and they just feel like they deserve better. And it's been 3 years, and a lot of them have not seen the promises the government made to them come to pass. So they're like hoping, like, you know, remaining 1 year, what can you guys offer us? Because next year's election, and hey, if you guys haven't done anything in 3 years, how are we setting do like all you said you would do in 1 year? So, you know, like, you know, the thing is like, you know what, we don't even know what to do next. Like, they're hoping like they need, like the other guy said, a revolution. So hey, I really don't know. Like it was crazy. It was crazy getting to like talk to them and feel what they feel.
You know what I find funny is that this administration is still going to run or still planning to run next year.
Well, this is Nigeria. This is Nigeria. That's all I can say. I mean, it's great that people, you know, some people are still trying to be optimistic, but it is what it is. And we were talking about this earlier, that I think most people's issues and grievances are the fact that there's a bit of lack of communication and consideration with all of these things.
Things happen and they make absolutely no comment. It's like, yes, okay, it happened. Nobody says anything, nobody addresses it, you know, and that's not how it's done. In in developed countries, that's not how it's done.
And some other developing countries
Exactly.
Well, thanks for going out on the streets for us, Ikenna. So what else is trending?
Okay, so Pusha T and Drake. Pusha T went straight for Drake's jugular in a newly released diss track, alleging he has a secret son. In the track titled Story of Adidon, Push raps, "You are hiding a child, let that boy come home." Pusha T drops Drake's alleged kid's name, saying, Adonis is your son and he deserves more than an Ida's press run, and targets the baby mama who he called Sophie. Love that baby, respect that girl. Forget she's a porn star. Let her be your world.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh. It's getting dirty.
Whoa, wow. So Drake allegedly has a son?
Well, we're just getting to find out.
With a porn star? I mean, people don't hide porn stars. I mean, porn stars don't hide these days anymore.
Yeah, look at Stormy.
Exactly. Stormy's out there. So Sophie, if that's her real name, needs to come out. And Drake, I mean, if this is true, it's irresponsible to hide a child. You know, regardless of... Stop laughing. Regardless of what happens, it's irresponsible to hide a child. Yeah. So, yes, let Adonis... If that's the real name.
That's the real son. I just hope that it's just maybe all beef, because if Drake truly has a son and he's been keeping him, like, you know, on lockdown for a long time.
But hold on, does he actually have to come out and tell you people that he has a son? Doesn't he have to actually just take care of his child and his responsibilities? Is it a do or die affair that he must...
It's not do or die, but what I sense shame, you know, and if I was the child, I will not be happy about this.
The child probably does not know anything. The child's probably under 1 year old.
You don't know that.
Come on.
Come on, guys. But hold on, but I don't feel like...
Do you know about his relationship with the porn star?
I don't don't feel like Drake has a responsibility to tell the public that he has a child. I just feel like he has a responsibility to the child. And this whole Pusha T and Drake thing is just so hilarious to me because Drake went from being a fan to now being his arch enemy and dissing him, and we're going back and forth with it. It's just
but I'm happy for Pusha T. You know, his career is being revived. You know,
by his fan.
His career is being revived. People are paying. I mean, when last did I talk about Pusha T?
Was it grinding? Was he in grinding?
That was ages ago.
Oh yeah, well, that
But you know, like there's elements of truth like in every rumor because they've been friends before this whole diss or you know beef came up, and people are saying it could be true that Drake has a son, you know, low key. But now, like, we're waiting for Drake to come out and say, you know what, it's true or it's a lie. That's what we're waiting for. But I just hope, well, the best or the truth comes out like soon. That's all basically.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Stephanie doesn't agree.
I don't feel like that this was hard enough. Like, oh, you've got a son, okay.
Yeah. And maybe, like you said, maybe it's
He sent you a whole invoice, Pusha T. He sent you an invoice for promotion. That was a big
and that's what he's using.
Would you think Drake is ashamed that maybe because the mother is a porn star?
That's probably what he's using, the invoice. Do you think it's... What did you
say? Drake is ashamed because the mom is a porn star.
Is it possible?
That's what I'm saying. Like, again, it should not be taken out on the child, okay? This is an innocent child. I'm not saying let everybody know what this child looks like, you know, but just acknowledge that you have birthed a living being, you know. Do not hide this child. Do not be ashamed of this child, because then the child will grow up feeling some type of way, and we know there's already so much damage in the world. We need healthy children, mentally and physically.
Yes, it's actually true.
Well said.
So what else is trending?
Okay, popular hairstylist Ido Oluwatosin Olakunle has narrated on his social media page how he was locked up for hours by Nigerian police force for looking like a girl. He said he was stopped in the Ojosa area of Lagos State and was asked to introduce himself. After he produced his ID card, he said the policeman complained he looked like a girl and took him to the station and saying he was gay and he was detained.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what? He was
detained?
For looking like a girl and being too slim and having all the,
you know, this is the second story I'm hearing in 2 days, but the other one happened in another country in Africa. Apparently, the woman was said to look like a man, and the police stripped her, made her strip. I saw that yesterday on some blog. I don't remember where now. So this happened in Lagos and him being detained. What does he not even know his rights?
And on what grounds? Is it the fact that they don't believe that's his ID and they believe he's a girl and this is not his ID card? Or, because I don't understand
makes absolutely no sense.
Correlation here for him to be detained.
It's messed up because I don't know, like, okay, he had dreads on and he looked slim and maybe he walked like a woman, but hey, there are guys that actually look that way. And you're now arresting the guy because of he looked like a girl. I don't know what crime or in what section of the book that is.
Exactly, that is not a crime in any way.
And I've heard different cases where you see policemen arresting people for their hairstyles. Like, you know, like you have a colored hair, like maybe brown, and next they think you're a fraudster, or you have a face cap on. You have, like, it's
again, people need to know their rights, okay? People need to know their rights because there's no, you cannot profile me and then detain me because based on your own idea of what I should be or how I should be. That makes absolutely no sense.
That actually happened to a popular OAP, DO to the TUN.
Oh.
He wasn't detained, thank goodness, but he was stopped and they said that, oh, you look like a Yahoo boy, your hair is blonde and all these things. And then thank goodness that one of the officers actually said, oh, I know you, you're, you know, so-and-so. And they let him go. But he was like, what about other people that they don't recognize? And they just falsely detained, like this hairstylist. It's
so now
wrong.
the question is now, what should we look like? Because if I color my hair and you tell me I look like a Yahoo boy, then what kind of hairstyle should I have on? Okay, now this guy is saying that he was slim or he's slim and that's why they detained him because he was like slim and he walked like a girl. Now I am slim. Now I imagine myself like walking out and like police stop me and be like, hey guy, you look like you're too slim to be a guy. I mean, like, do I have to be all buffed up?
It's ridiculous and it needs to be investigated.
Exactly. I was just going to say, I hope he got the names and maybe the ranks or the numbers of the police officers who are involved. And of course, he knows the police station where he was detained. Something should be done. Something should actually be done.
Really.
Well,
thank
you, Kenna. There's never a dull moment with you. Well, it's time to take a break here on The Morning Show. When we return, we'll be back on the road to Russia with Aaron. Don't go away.